All right, guys, so now we're in this next module, we're going to talk about the blog post, setting this thing up, optimizing it so that you get as many subs and sales as you can. That's the goal, right? So I think so. So we got our blog or our website set up, and let's make a little title here. Okay, and this will be our website here. So when you first come on to a website, a lot like this, there's some theories as to where the human eyes look first, and most people say they will, tend to look right at the quote header, and so we want to have a good header here that people are going to look at. And then, anybody understand or have a guess as to where they look next? Okay, now there's some people that say they look to the left because you read from left to right, but they do say that for the most part people look at the right sidebar next. Even if they don't, that's what we're going to use here today, so that's okay. All right, and then you got some little things in here, little opportunities. Okay, so, and maybe there's even a menu here somewhere, I don't know. Let's just say there's a little menu up here. Okay. But that's your blog. And you want to make sure that this header is branded. A narrow branded header. You know what we mean by branded? It's whatever you have here, your brand, your colorization. I'm not saying you should pick light green, but let's just say you do. You have to make sure that everything is that same color. Well, I was kind of feeling the green, but sometimes you gotta do this a certain way. Boy, guys, sorry. This is the long way around of doing this. All right. Okay, you got your narrow branded header, and you just want to make sure that this inside here is branded the very similar way that your Facebook is, and just keep things out. Maybe even your your email, your everything you have, so it should be branded very similar. Or actually, if it's not similar, it's not branded. Okay, so we've got that going on. Excuse me. You probably have a title of your blog. You probably should. So I'm just gonna make this the main title here. And then, what else would you have? I think your title is going to be big, so let's do this. Your title is here. Okay. And then you want a little subtitle, So Muscle Car Heaven, helping muscle car lovers find each other, or helping muscle car lovers sell their muscle cars. Whatever. But that line is really important because it tells everyone what this website's about and what this group is all about. So you can repeat this on your fan page as well, if you want. Okay, and so remember how we were talking, if you saw the last module, and if you didn't, you probably should go back and watch that first, but how we got that triple play going, where you got the Facebook groups on one end of it, and then you got the blog posts over here, and in the middle there's the fan page. So we're talking about this blog, when people come from the groups, you went and got their attention, you went and made some posts and told them to take a look at a blog post or something maybe, and so now they're coming back and they're gonna read that blog post. They click on that URL of that blog post, and sure enough, they come to this, what we see right here. Okay. And they might start reading that post, So they read on a little bit, and then somewhere into 10, 15 seconds, a line's going to pop up, right? Something's going to pop up in front of them, and it's going to ask them for their email address, right? And maybe you'll even give them a little lead magnet or something, and you're going to get their email 9 times out of 10. Because people that come back, they really are eager to read about something. They're liking you. They're liking what they read on your posts, especially if they went to your fan page first, and now they have a good feeling about you. So when there's a pop-up, they generally will be into it. They'll like, yeah, I'm going to click on that. So now you got the email, and now they're back to reading your blog. And here's another thing you could do. Let's say that for some reason your pop-up wasn't working very well. That happens. No worries, because we also have a little button here for you to get their email also. Okay. And then another thing you want to have is an offer somewhere close. Now notice that this is all above the fold, as they say. In fact, if you can find a couple of ways, to get an offer on the front page, that might not be a bad idea. In fact, there might even be a way for you to have 3 different ways to get an offer and 2 different ways to get an email on the top of the fold of a website with a narrow header. Okay? You guys like that? So, anything below, when I say that on a website, there'll be more of the website below, but they're not going to see that part right away. They're only going to see this part. So if you have a bunch of stuff down below it, they'll never see it, and it won't work as well, will it? Okay, so that's what really makes these websites that we're recommending, really, really awesome. You could also have side pop-ups come in. You could even put a banner right above or below. I mean, if this is a special offer, why not advertise it that way as well? So now you got even more ways that you're finding a way to advertise this offer, Right? So now you might think, oh, that's overkill, Jeff. Well, I'm not saying you'd have all these things up here. Probably you don't want to have, a banner on the top and bottom. That's too much. But you could pick one. And you might want to move one of these away if you get a banner, but banner works great. If you're going to get a banner, then I'd say you don't really need one of your offers, and that's totally up to you. But kind of cool stuff, huh? You just got to keep in mind, people are coming to this now. This might be let's say this is the home page, on a blog, and if so, it probably won't have on a website that has a home page. This might just be some other content, and they'd have to go somewhere else for the blog. I don't know. It just depends on your site, your niche, how you want to do it. But if you want to have people go to your blog and read it and have all these opportunities, because another thing that I've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed this, but when I'm really brand new into something and I kind of like what I'm seeing, I want to keep reading. I just get curious. Do you do that? So like, ooh, I wonder what's down here. Ooh, I wonder what this is over here. And they just explore. And when they start exploring your website, lots of good things happen. Very few bad things happen. So that can't be all bad that they're going to just start exploring your website. And they might go to every single page you have. They might look up pictures of you and find a bio. That's covered in the course that you've already bought. If you've got this, you already got the course. So that's what we're talking about. That's the kind of blog we're going to try to get. So, to have to do it this way, you can experiment. You can do it your way. Some niches are a little different, but for the most part, I think not a bad way to go. All right, so now we'll go to the next module.